let's do the makeshift pod show. Okay. First of all, don't give me any hate for this. I can afford pods, and this is just for people that are like renting guns and stuff from their local fields that like to go paintballing, but they they can't afford their own equipment like pods or their own air tanks. Pretty much they're going to let you use an air tank, and if they don't, go to a different field because that field clearly is not worth your time. If you're paying admission and you're paying for a rental gun and they're giving you a hopper and they're giving you all this, but you have to supply your own tank, go to a different one. They'll supply you with your own tank and everything. If they do rentals. If they don't do rentals, then you're pretty much screwed. Okay, so from hustlepaintballs.com, these are makeshift paintball pods, is what I'm doing the video over today. It's not, you don't even have to really make it. So this is not like a how to make video. This is just a little what you can do for them, like for a makeshift pod. On hustlepaintballs.com, you can get, let's see, they have combo packs of different pods and stuff. Let's see, they have, I'm not finding any combo packs yet. Here's a 4-pack of Gen X pods for $10. They're originally $19.97, so they're on sale. This is on hustlepaintballs.com. hustlepaintball.com/pods, or you can just go to hustlepaintball.com and then go to harness and packs, and then it's the fifth one down. Yeah, fifth one down. Second one up, right above tactical vests. It's right there. They're pods, and you can click on it, and they have 10-round tubes, and there's all of this cheap stuff. Their prices are not outrageously expensive, first off. So if you can't afford a pod, try to find a different sport. Hustle. Sorry, still thinking about the website. I really do like hustlepaintball.com. So if you guys are looking to buy some stuff, quality stuff from good people that actually care about you, you can go ahead and even call Hustle. And then, because I had a hour-and-a-half conversation with Russell about whether I should get a rotor or a spire, because right now I'm just using my Tippmann cyclone feed. Sorry, I was weed eating earlier today and something smacked in my eye, so it's all lazy like. But on here, they are, the cheapest pod that they have is $1.95. That's for a 140 round pod. Now, I have no clue how much this holds, and this is not a pod. This is one of those downy, one of those scent things that you throw in with your, when you're washing, that have those weird little scent pellets inside of them. It smells fresh, clean. Pretty much, if you can buy these, start collecting these, and use these as makeshift pods. They have 2 caps. Don't know why they have this, but then they have this thing, which is like a normal cap. If it's sitting there in your pack and you pull it out, you're going to have to flip it up a little hard, but paintballs will come out fairly easily, and then you can just throw it. It's not going to break. It's plastic. It's not metal. It's not glass. It's plastic. You guys can see, if you guys can see, I got one little pellet right here. It's about the size of like a paper clipping from a hole punch. About that size. If you guys can get these and you can't afford pods, truthfully, you shouldn't be playing paintball if you can't afford pods or if you can't afford cheap stuff. I can understand not being able to afford your own air tank or your own vest or your own gun, but if you can't afford a mask, masks too. There's one video. There's a kid that has a rotor speed feed or rotor speed feed hopper. Rotor is the best hopper on the market, and he has. The kid just doesn't make sense. He's saying that there's this guy that's selling these things for $5 each, and then literally all that it is, you can get a 30 by 30 sheet of this Crayola foam, and then cut out a circle of it, and then cut crisscross patterns in it, and then there's a makeshift speed feed. And then this guy's selling it for like $5, and you can get one of those sheets yourself for 99 cents at the dollar store. So a makeshift speed feed for a rotor is pointless, because if you can afford a rotor, but you can't afford a $15 speed feed because Exalt makes a speed feed that's $15, if you can't afford one of those, you have problems. Plus, this kid bought 9 of them. Not a genius, but 9 times 5 is 45, and I'm pretty sure a Crown SF costs about $45. So he could get a high dollar speed feed for the same amount of money that he bought all of those. And then people on there commenting, well, he's just not fortunate like all of you because he can't afford a $200 speed feed. Bullshit. No speed feed costs $200. If you're paying $200 for a speed feed, that bitch better be diamond encrusted. Because if you're paying $200 for a speed feed, you got ripped off. You're buying a speed feed that's never going to get used. And if you're using it, then you're retarded, because you shouldn't be using a speed feed that costs $200. It's clearly too expensive. Or not. Okay, so my first gun was I still have it. It's my Synergy Wargame product Synergy. That thing didn't even cost me $200. No speed feed is going to cost you more than a freaking marker. Sorry, it's not going to happen. I mean, I think the cheapest marker on HustlePaintball.com is, I think it's the Tippmann Griffin. Let's see if I can get this to come up. Yep, very first thing, $70. $70 for a Tippmann Griffin basic. And then they have an Empire ER3, yeah, an ER3. This is all on HustlePaintball.com. And then they have a Falcon VTAC. They have all of these good guns. A Tippmann 98 Custom for $119, Carver 1, a Tracer Pump by Empire. Yeah, Empire. They got a Tippmann FT12 flip top marker. If you can afford a $200 speed feed, then you shouldn't be using it first off. And if you can afford a rotor, then you shouldn't need a $5 speed feed. Go out and buy yourself an Exalt. They're not expensive. They're not crap either. Like this kid, whenever he was putting his pod in, he's like, it loads so easily. Put his pod in, and then nothing fell down inside of it, because it was just straight up cardboard that the speed feed was made out of. Because the foam is thick. It's not thin foam. But the Crown SF uses tiny little springs, and when you're trying to dump paint into that, one single paintball, if you just drop a paint, there's no way that you can stop a paintball from going in there. So, and this kid had to put the thing in there and shake it to get all, he had to violently shake it. Like, he was sitting there and he had it on top of the rotor and he was violently shaking it, and he still only got about half the pod in there. Not half the pod. He was shaking it when there was half a pod left. I guess that's it. Yeah, that's how I heard it. He got half the pod in there, and then when there was about half the pod left, he was violently shaking it to get the rest of it in there. So, this is a long rant video over why paintball is not a cheap sport. If you want a cheap sport, go frickin' to the YMCA and swim. Do something cheap. My local pool is $6. If you need to be good at something, go to the diving boards on there, and just, if you have nothing better to do. Now, if you're actually into paintball, don't think I'm discouraging you from playing paintball. But paintball is a very, very, very expensive sport. I think so far I have over $6,000 of my own money, by the way, into all of my paintball gear, and every weekend that I went paintballing, I'm getting a GoPro, or not a GoPro, yeah, I guess it is. It's a GoPro Hero 3, HD Hero 3, that shoots in 1080p. I'm getting one of those, so you guys can start watching me play whenever I actually do paintball. I usually go every weekend to every other weekend. For the last month I haven't been, because there have been family problems that have been going on. Uncle got in a car accident, stuff like that, so